Hey guys, if you saw my spoiler-free review for Malignant, you know that I think it was one of the best horror movies of the year. This thing is crazy, it's terrifying, it's like something you've never seen before. But it can get a little confusing at the end, so in this video, I am going to give you the ending explained for Malignant, and fair warning, there are massive spoilers here, and trust me, like I said in my spoiler-free review, you do not want to go into this with spoilers. It will totally ruin the experience. So if you haven't already seen it, just come back to this video later. But let's talk about the ending of Malignant.
Hey, Tessa from MamasGeeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel.
Okay, guys, so you might start to think, I mean, especially with the beginning, you see the socks. So you know this is maybe a kid, a girl, like, oh, Gabriel's doing this. And you see, like, the weird arms and the face, the thing in the glass. So this is at the beginning. So when halfway through you realize that this Gabriel was attached to the back of her head the whole time, and you're kind of like, oh, that makes sense. But the fact that they pushed it into her head and like pushed the part of his brain that they couldn't get out into her head and sewed up her skull, obviously hitting the back of her head had kind of awoken it. At least that's what you think. But then towards the end they start to say, oh, this baby was, or this brother of hers was literally feeding on her babies. Okay, that's why she was having miscarriages, because he was doing that to get himself stronger again. He's obviously crazy. He's got these powers where he can project himself through electronics so you can hear him talking because he can't actually talk. Like, it's pretty nuts. He's obviously like, he's got a screw loose, right? So that's why they needed to cut him out. Makes sense. Okay, but the fact that when you see him like walking backwards, like her body is like, because he's walking that way, it's some of the best cinematography and some of the best horror moments. I thought they were so much fun, and you're just like, what is happening? This is so insane and crazy. Like, I can't believe this is going on. But so basically, this explanation is that she was a twin, and in the womb they kind of connected. That happens, right? You can absorb a twin. This is like a known thing. Well, obviously it didn't absorb all the way, so their heads are like, but they're back to back, which is so crazy. Blah. And then obviously this is like the evil brother, and he's doing all these crazy things, like killing people. He's just nuts, so they cut him out, and they stick him inside of her head. And so, which is crazy, right? That's banana pants, nuts, but it is what it is. I think it makes for a great story. It makes for a great story. James Wan is very smart here. Very, very smart. So then, obviously, he's starting to break out now, and he's going and he's getting rid of the people that hurt, like his mother. He's getting rid of the doctor that cut him out, like stuff like that, which she's seeing it through his eyes, which is why she was able to see it, right? Because she's there, she's part of it, but he's just using the brain, okay? The brain is like think of it like this is a head. The brain is on like this side when it's her and this side when it's him. So of course, when he's doing stuff, she can kind of see it because she's there. So that's why she's having these visions. It's like she's locked away trying to get out, which is what happens at the end, because after, you know, she has that power and she hears, he is the reason I didn't have my babies. Like they said that was like her third miscarriage at the beginning of the movie. Third or fourth. So what's happening is her evil twin brother brain is absorbing them so that he can get more powerful and get back to himself with his like crazy like head and arms and hair. Blah. It's gross. But she uses that and anger, and she gets very, very, very mad, and she decides that she can do it now, and she can create these visions. So she locks him away. Right? And he says, I'll get out. And she makes him think that he killed the sister, but he didn't, you know, and so locks him away in there. And then she takes control of the body, and it actually goes back inside her head, right? That's why she kept having blood there. I think when that broke, that was able to him to get out, his head to get out, and he was able to start doing all of these things. This is why he killed the abusive husband. And every time she started to feel blood, it was him like poking himself back out. He could just go in and out as he pleased, basically. So that's why she'd be like, oh, I'm bleeding again. It's because he just went on a killing massacre and he came out of her head, which is nuts. But now he's in there. It's closed. That's it. Or is it? I mean, this feels like it sets up totally for a sequel. He's like, I'm going to get out of here. And she's like, no, you're not. Is he? Probably. I would love to see multiple sequels of this. You guys let me know in the comments if you would like to see multiple sequels. I feel like there's so many moments where, like, we could just have Gabriel popping out of her head and, like, now we have another whole movie. Like, come on, that would be amazing. Or other kids that this doctor worked on, you know, stuff like that. It'd be very interesting. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of, like, creepy stuff in this, a lot of jump scares, a lot of terrifying stuff. I was terrified a lot of the times. I want to keep my lights on all the time. I mean, he was doing it all a lot in the dark, and it must just be because of he didn't want people to see his looks. Like, he's crazy looking. He looks like a brain with, like, one eye. Because that's what happened when she absorbed her twin. I don't know. It's gross. But it's really cool. So the mom basically gave them up, and the mother who adopted them said she thought the mother died in childbirth. Was not the case. And so, yeah, I mean, listen, I think it's interesting. And now the mom is maybe going to be in the life of her. Listen, I'm all for the sequels. I hope you guys enjoyed this movie. And if you still have questions about Malignant, let me know your thoughts down below. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at MamasGeeky over there. MamasGeeky. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.